Hey guys. Today's learning objective is to be able to plan to use ethos, pathos, and logos in this persuasive speech or essay that you have been planning in the graphic organizers that you've been working on. So, what you're going to do to start is look at your graphic organizer and you're going to highlight any quotes that you think are using ethos. That means appealing to the audience's need for trust or credibility. Any quote that you think is appealing to your audience's emotions or using pathos, you will highlight in pink. And then any quote that you think is using logos, appealing to the audience's need for logic, you highlight in yellow. Okay, and you have to have one of each. So I'll write here, you must have at least one of each. Okay, so what I'm about to do now is show you how to do this by thinking about the quotes that you have used with my example graphic organizer. Okay, so the question is binge watching a harmless pleasure, a harmful addiction? I'm arguing that binge watching is harmless. And so let's look at my first quote. It says, binge watching creates a sense of community around a show. Experts refer to this community as a shared cultural space. It's a form of common ground. It allows viewers to discuss and share their enjoyment of a show with everyone from a family member to a coworker to a stranger in line at the supermarket. So this one's really interesting. You guys might have this on your first one too. I think it has both pathos and ethos in it. I think that it appeals to our emotions by saying that binge watching allows us to connect with other people, which is something I think all people want to do deep down, right? And I think by using this phrase, experts refer to this as a shared cultural space as an example of ethos. The use of that word experts helps establish trust. And the use of this word share their enjoyment or phrase, right, and family member. These words help appeal to our emotions. All right, let's look at the next one. It says, binge watching TV is now part of the pop culture ethos, said Jennifer Holt, an associate professor in the Department of Film and Media Studies. Her students binge watch everything. Keeping up on the latest shows is necessary, she said, if you want to stay in a cultural conversation with your circle of friends. So same thing here. I think we have the expert, so that's ethos, and then I think this idea of staying current with your friends is pathos. Okay. Next I have, according to psychiatrists, binge watching releases a chemical called dopamine in the brain, which creates a feeling of pleasure and can help people to relax and relieve stress. I'm going to say this is mostly ethos because it says according to psychiatrists, though there is somewhat of a fact in here, so you could maybe make the argument it's logos too. This one says, you'll avoid sunburn. Binge watching means you won't see the sun, and more important, the sun won't see you. Put that lotion away. You can be as shy as you want to be indoors. Sorry, as ashy as you want to be indoors. Your TV and laptop won't judge you. So this, I think, is pathos mostly. It's appealing to our sense of humor, I think, by saying you'll avoid sunburn. It's kind of joking. Some people might say that it means you won't see the sun. It's kind of a fact, so that's logos, but it's not the best example of logos, so I'm going to leave it pathos. Next, in binge watching society, the pleasure of anticipation is lost. I guess this is pathos. It's saying that we won't be able to feel that great feeling of anticipation, right? Appealing to our emotions. We want to feel that. This one says, while binge watching, the viewer can feel the pleasure of full immersion, of being in the zone. So already I can see by saying the viewer can feel the pleasure of full immersion that one's pathos. Now, the trouble that I have right now is that I do not have one of each. Even though I kind of had a little logos, I want more. And this may happen to you guys. You need at least one example of all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to add one more piece of evidence right now that will give me my logos. I kind of already picked it out because I didn't want to waste time on this screencast going through a million websites. I found this one that supports one of my reasons, which has to do with binge watching helping relieve stress. It says, a Netflix survey found that 76% of respondents said it's a welcome refuge from the busy world we live in. So I'm going to take just that short quote, and this has to do with the health benefits, the feeling a little less stressed out, which is more of a psychological benefit, health benefit, but still, it counts. So this would be my number 3. I should say piece of evidence number 3. And I do want to make sure that I keep track of that source, right? So I'm going to just copy and paste this link as well in here. Now, the reason that this is a really strong example of logos, in case you guys haven't already looked at it and figured it out, is that use of the statistic 76%, right? This is definitively logos, right? It's a fact, it's a number, a statistic that really makes this a good example of appealing to our logical mind. All right, and now it's kind of great too because I have one more piece of evidence to support this reason. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Once you've done that, you will have to do this Google form as well. And I shouldn't say for today. This is going to be due on Thursday. So you have Wednesday and Thursday to complete this. The Google form is pretty simple. You just choose one of your Ethos quotes. So I could just copy this and you put it here. I guess I can't fill it out because I made it. So you would paste it here and then you would explain what makes it Ethos. So for this one, I would say the fact that it references Jennifer Holt, an associate professor in the Department of Film and Media Studies, as an expert on the subject is what makes this an example of ethos. Just one sentence explaining. And that's just a quick way for me to see that you are kind of highlighting these in the right way, right? You still understand ethos, pathos, and logos as well as you did last week. And yeah, just proves to me that you're definitely going to be able to use all 3 as well. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll put all this stuff on Google Classroom so you have it as a reference, and I'll talk to you soon.